once you reach the point within a game where you begin trooping stronger supported units, you can start using various strategy techniques. In order for units to heal, they have to be within a city supply zone. And as you can see here, the supply zone is represented by this green outline around the city. When a city is under siege or being attacked, the supply zone disappears, which means that for a temporary time that the city is under siege, the units that are within its supply zone cannot heal. Now, if you ever find yourself fighting a defensive battle, meaning that the enemy keeps attacking you at a certain city or multiple cities and all you can do is defend, then you can use a posting technique. And what a posting technique is you select an engineering company, you click Outpost, and you build an outpost close to the city walls, but on the opposite side of the battle. Once the outpost is complete, it creates a alternative supply zone to that of the city, so that when a city is under siege and you have units which need to heal, you simply retreat them into the supply zone of the newly created outpost, and then you can simply cycle them in and out of the battle and successfully defend from a maybe outnumbering army that is attacking you. A similar technique can be used when laying siege to a city yourself. Usually, when you're going to lay siege to a city, your army is far away from one of your city's supply zones, and as you're attacking a city, your units may lose a lot of your health and come close to dying, so it's helpful to post somewhere on the outskirts of a city before you decide to attack it, so that once a unit that is laying siege to a city becomes heavily damaged, you simply retreat them into the supply zone of the outpost, once again, heal them up, and cycle them back into the battle. If you want some extra assurance that your siege will be a successful one, you can always upgrade your outpost to a fort, which will increase the size of the outpost's militia. Thus, when you are attacking the city, more units will come out of the fortress and help you in your battle. Another technique which is commonly used, called flanking, is where you send your lighter scouting units to attack the enemy's supports. Supports are usually something that you want to try and eliminate first because of all the bonuses they add to enemy companies. So by simply sending your scouting units, which are usually pretty quick, around the enemy forces to their supports, you can successfully kill the supports and prevent companies like this from having the ability to heal by using their cleric. Also, while laying siege to cities, there are certain units, such as siege units, which are more effective against buildings and city walls, such as the human catapult. So by creating a catapult, I can break through my enemy's walls much faster than if I just attacked with my normal infantry units. As you can see here, the effectiveness of the fort, all the units that came out of the fort are now fighting against these enemy units and are helping to even the odds of this battle. Also, if I attack with the catapult, it does a large area damage, so I can hurt a number of the enemy troops, and by this time I can probably take the enemy city. Another technique that is used within the game, especially online, is a technique called raiding. Now, raiding is when you have maybe a smaller secondary army, usually that includes sieges, that you send to the location of where maybe another one of the enemy cities are, and This is usually what you do while the enemy is distracted in a battle with some of your other troops, and usually only want to take the risk of raiding if the army that is taking on the enemy army is strong enough to defend. So I've just found one of my enemy's other cities, and as you can tell, this raiding group is made up of a couple of sieges and my beginning scouting units, and because there's no army to defend the city, these units will be able to effectively take the city without too much of a loss and really hurt my enemy's economy. And as I've mentioned multiple times in other videos, the economy can help to determine the outcome of a game. So for each city that I successfully raid, I am basically pushing myself towards the win. Also, while raiding cities, once you have successfully captured the city, if you feel that you do not have the adequate forces to defend the city, you can always raze the city to the ground to prevent your enemy from retaking the city and to further the damage to their economy. At certain points of the game, you'll find yourself at company limit and with a lot of gold. Also, you might not exactly be at company limit, but you don't want to recruit any more troops in order to prevent yourself from hurting your economy. So at this point, you probably want to go ahead and tech your troops. Now, the techs are located at upgraded structures, and they are under the research button. So since I have two companies of swordsmen, I want to further their power, so I'm going to go ahead and research a tech for them. I have a couple different choices. I have a tech that will upgrade their attack value, their defense value, and another one that will upgrade their defense value and entrenchment rate. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade their defense value, and as soon as that upgrades, they'll have an added bonus which will upgrade their defense for every swordsman unit within that company. I can also do that for various other units. I've just recruited some bowmen, and I'm going to go ahead and send them into battle soon. So I want to upgrade the attack value of the bowmen, which I'm going to do. This is a great way to put that gold that's just sitting in your bank to use, and it really pays off in battle. A fully teched unit, for example, a fully teched unit of swordsmen, which is supported, can probably take on multiple supported swordsman units that are not teched. Techs not only upgrade unit attributes, but there are also various other techs, such as here's a tech which reduces structure cost. So if I had a race with very expensive structures, I could research this, and then all the structures would be dramatically cheaper. There's another tech that makes it so that 3 units in each company are healed after you recruit them. There's various other techs which reduce company cost for recruitment, defense, attack. There's a wide range of techs, and you usually want to start teching once you reach your company limit or you have a lot of gold sitting in the bank.